Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Huddle.
Where we talk about football.
I'm Levi Jenkins, alongside here with Elijah Cover, and this past week was week 11, so we're just going to dive into that. Obviously, today's playbook, pretty normal. We got the NFL news, CPAC reacts, Steel Curtain session, and we are entering into another session this week called Last Call, created by none other than Elijah. That we will be working throughout basically until playoffs start. So, without further ado, Elijah, please take away this week's NFL news.
Sure. Okay. So, Peyton Manning and Eli Manning are back as Pro Bowl head coaches. If you wanted that, well, congratulations, you got it. Tommy DeVito will start for the Giants this week. Drew Lock will back up, and Daniel Jones will be QB3, still making $40 million. So no teams have been eliminated from playoff contention yet. Although I'm sure a lot of them are most likely.
Actually, no, because the Panthers are beating the Chiefs.
Yeah, so maybe. We'll see. And there are no more undefeated teams, with the Chiefs lost to the Bills.
Yep.
And then finally, Aaron Rodgers fires the GM of the Jets. And that'll be your news of the week.
Sorry, I was yawning. That's one.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, we're not going to get into the Jets talk anymore because I'm sick of the Jets.
We're going to.
New York. I'm just going to say it. All
right. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Let's get into our new session. Final call. I was kind of interested, Elijah, when you first sent me this. It was like, I don't even know what this means. So why don't you explain?
Yeah, so I originally thought about this. So, we've talked about the Jets for... this was inspired by the Jets, by the way, which is crazy. But we've been talking about the Jets we've been talking about the Jets for multiple weeks about how bad they were, and I was getting tired of it. And there's clearly more to be talked about, but I figured we just have one final call for these teams that suck, and they're probably going to be done for the year. These ones that we have aren't technically eliminated, but come on, they're going to be eliminated. So when we keep doing this, it'll be teams that are eliminated, what went wrong this season, maybe what they could do better, and whatever. Just our final talk, our final call for these teams, so that we don't have to talk about them anymore. So
thank God.
Yeah. So I guess we might as well start with the Jets, since you were kind of getting on them.
Yeah, I would say
that last news.
before we get started, this week's final call teams, we have the New York Jets, Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Las Vegas Raiders. A combined, record of 7 and I can't do math. 24.
7 and 24. Yeah.
7
there you
24.
Go.
Wow. Look at me. All right, let's start with the Jets. Okay. You fire Robert Saleh, right? After a 2-3 start. What did that do?
Nothing.
You did absolutely nothing.
But you know what? Hey, wait, you got Devontae Adams. But wait, what did that do?
Wait, he did nothing. You want to get rid of Mike Williams, too, because Aaron Rodgers don't like him. What did that do? Oh, he went to a new team and caught a touchdown pass in his first game. Game winner.
Yep.
Oh, let's fire our GM. You know what that's going to do? Probably going to help, but it's not. The Jets are going to enter a very, very long rebuild. And I'm not even...
They've been rebuilding since their start.
They've been rebuilding for years.
Oh, man.
It's...
worst franchise in NFL history. Can we both agree?
Bro, but the Bears exist.
Yeah, and the Browns. So.
They're top 5 worst. Maybe top 3.
We'll go with that.
So you're looking at a Jets team, right? That basically you got a quarterback that is going to ask and not request, command things, or he's going to pout and cry about it, right? Yeah. So basically, you're bringing all these people and all these things to try to get to a Super Bowl. Not even win the division, not win the AFC. No, win the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And he gets hurt his first season. People, still had belief in him. He comes back and he's done nothing all year. And now you're at a spot where if Rodgers doesn't return next season, Devontae's not going to want to stay in New York. No. Are you kidding me?
No.
Devontae's just going to be a journeyman, and at this point, Bro might be washed too. I'm not saying he is. He's still a good wideout, but he could.
He's not prime Devontae.
No, not by any means. Brees Hall probably is going to want out of New York. Sauce Gardner, bro doesn't even. He lost his sauce. He's a mod Gardner right now. He's lost his sauce. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Garrett Wilson, man. You don't want to raw away to New York. You don't want to be up there. That team is garbage.
Yeah.
On paper, that team's insane. Or not insane, but they're good.
Really good, though. I would say they're insane, honestly. They've got Quinnen Williams, Quincy Williams, Sauce.
Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, they've got good players. It's just C.J. Mosley, who's been consistent throughout his whole
career. Yeah.
So, yeah, they've got really good players. I just think that Aaron Rodgers was trying to be Tom Brady when he was bringing in all his players, but the difference between Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers is that Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. Aaron Rodgers has had some good seasons for sure, but he's not a 6-7-time Super Bowl champion. He, he's had some bad seasons. Still one of the best QBs to do it, but he's no Tom Brady, and no one's going to be Tom Brady. Maybe Mahomes, but that's a different topic for another day. But when you're so successful as Tom Brady, you can do that stuff. When you're Aaron Rodgers with one Super Bowl, and you ran a table one time, 3-time MVP, I guess, but still, Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP. So what does that even mean for
the difference is though too is the Bucs started building before Brady got there.
Yeah,
they started saying, "Oh, Fournette, come down to Tampa." Oh, we have absolute insane middle linebacker duo in Devin White and Levante David. Tom Brady, come check us out. Our secondary, insane. Yeah. Murphy Bunting. Who was their corner they had at the time?
Carlton Davis. Yeah. They had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin were some of the best receivers. So
come on down to Tampa Bay. Check us out, right? So they started doing things because they knew Tom Brady had interest. The Jets didn't do anything because what was going to happen. They knew as soon as Aaron Rodgers came, so does his 10-page list and his constitution of craziness, right?
Yeah.
I've always respected Aaron Rodgers. I always have. I've lost a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
You know what? That might not mean anything coming from an 18-year-old. But recording a podcast in his basement, right? But
that's where you start,
Yeah.
So maybe it will mean something.
Maybe one day. But I just don't understand it. I don't understand why the team hasn't realized that Aaron Rodgers is probably the issue. Yeah,
and as a Packers fan, Aaron Rodgers is my favorite quarterback of all time, but it does make me smile to see the Jets 3-7 with Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and all the Packers players.
And there's Carlson now.
Yeah, well, I don't claim him.
No,
but
he does.
But all his guys, all his I don't even know what you call them, all his minions or something. But anyway, you're right about what you said about the Buccaneers. They had the guys there. They brought Tom Brady, and then Tom Brady brought in Gronk, who is kind of like they didn't need him, but he definitely helped. He brought in AB. Again, did not need him, but he caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Had a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
So you're right. Aaron Rodgers came with his list, and all of it came with him. Devontae, Randall, Alan Lazard. So I think whenever your quarterback's trying to run your team, that's why they're going to be unsuccessful.
And that's what made him. He's a quarterback. He's not an owner. He's not a GM. He's not a head coach. He's not even the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and it makes you start to realize Aaron Rodgers was the reason why he was getting frustrated with the Packers is that they were getting rid of players that Aaron Rodgers loved to play with, and they were good players for sure. But the Packers have been winning still since getting rid of some of those guys, like Micah Hyde, a really good safety, and we just got rid of him. Clinton Dix was still good. Clay Matthews was still good. Jordy Nelson was still good. No, we kept him for too long. That was the one guy they wouldn't get rid of.
Aaron Rodgers probably wanted off the team or dead at halftime.
But it makes you respect what the Packers had done, and they're a successful franchise. The Jets are not a successful franchise.
But we've talked about this too. By the end of Rodgers' tenure in Green Bay, him and LaFleur had issues.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he thinks Nathaniel Hackett's like an offensive god and thinks he's by any means good at coaching football. So, the Jets, of course, bring him in. But he goes to New York and has issues with everybody there. And when he goes to Minnesota, just because that's how the script works, he's going to have issues with whatever their coach is. I forget his name.
Kevin O'Connell.
I knew it was O'Donnell or O'Connell.
Yeah, something Irish.
Right. Or whatever team Aaron Rodgers goes to. But I'm not even surprised if Aaron Rodgers is a free agent and is a backup next year. I'm not even surprised if Aaron Rodgers just retires. And it's a very, very sad ending to a very, very good career.
Yeah, for sure. And I will be sad. Again, favorite quarterback of all time. But you know what? He had some character issues. He doesn't even talk to his family, so that's maybe makes you think. So yeah, that would be our final call on the New York Football Jets.
Yeah, Jets.
And great way.
You suck. Jets fans, expect another very, very long rebuild. And expect to throw away a lot of top player jerseys on your team. Because I'm telling you, they're not sitting in New York for the rest of their careers.
No, they're not.
That's it. Boom. Gavel down. Final call. Jets. We're never talking about you again on this show.
No.
All right. Let's move on to a team who is worse by a game, but utter bewilderment. Talking about the 2-9 Jacksonville Jaguars. What's going on? Travis Etienne, fantasy god last year. Get him off my bench, bro. He's sitting on my team in a couple leagues. I'm so sick of him. I don't even want to look at him. But I'm too clingy to him to drop him because I feel like he's gonna pop off for 22 points and he's not. So.
Keep in mind, we're almost at the end of fantasy season, so
yeah.
Clearly you've been holding on
for a while. I don't even think I drafted him. I traded for him. But they were like Austin Eckler for him. So it wasn't happening. Yeah. But now Eckler's. Anyways, okay. Jaguars are 2-9. Yeah. Doug Peterson says all blame should be on him before he starts pointing fingers.
And he's right.
He's right, but I don't know if you can blame it entirely on him. Trevor Lawrence, some people are labeling him as a bust. I'm still a believer in him somewhat.
I am too. He's hurt. He hasn't been playing, and his coach sucks. A lot of his team sucks.
So a lot of his team.
I don't blame him
too.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. You're put on a team who's been historically bad. You're expected to be a franchise starter. You start your first year there. Obviously, you're picked first overall, but you have to. I think you have to let your quarterback sit for a little bit. Some of the best quarterbacks in football have sat. Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger,
Justin Fields,
Patrick Mahomes. No, Patrick Mahomes. And
I'm pretty sure Russ sat too.
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure Russ sat. Yeah, his first season, or at least the first half of the season, something like that. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe a couple games.
So yeah, a lot of great players have sat, and it makes sense because they're learning. The game is slowing down for them as they're watching. So
there's a difference between, I don't know, an Arkansas State tackle or defensive tackle running at you, then yes, a Dexter Lawrence, then a Cam Hayward. It's completely different, you know?
Yeah.
You're just tossed in there. You get 3 really crappy preseason games, and you're thrown in probably behind it one of the worst offensive lines in the league.
Yeah.
Your team has
And you expect it to
probably
be.
gotten you a decent deep threat, or somewhat target, but it's not by any means should be, winning season team.
Mm-hmm. So
Current
yeah,
though,
and
current Jags. Let's get back on that.
yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, you look at they've got some really nice players. Evan Ingram, they just got Brian Thomas. Travis Etienne's been good, just off year. Cam Little, the kicker, he did some stuff, I guess. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess that's really. I mean, there's some other good guys, but not worth mentioning. But yeah, they've got a good team. It's young. It's always been young. They just, I think it's coaching and just that franchise in general. Um, and you'll notice that a lot of these teams that are going to be in the start of this this session, they're bad franchises. I
Very
mean,
bad
Jets,
franchises, yeah.
Jaguars, Browns. So yeah, it's unfortunate because I do like Trevor Lawrence. I think he can be a really good quarterback. Maybe he has a Geno Smith story. 10 years later, he plays for the Seahawks.
I'm all
But
right. Thanks.
all
Like
right.
T-Law a little bit. Yeah, and then I feel like we got to blame part of it on their owner. I'm just not a fan of the guy. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, the mustache guy. I
Yeah,
don't know his
mustache guy.
name
Just not a fan of him. I just like naming your quarterback who's got you one playoff win,
Yeah.
the name of your stadium. Bro, what? If anything, Gillette Stadium should be named Brady Stadium. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one of the few,
Giselle
or
Stadium.
maybe Montana Field. That's like one of the few things I think a couple players in like NFL history.
Or like Burrowhead Stadium or something like
Yeah, for sure.
that.
But it's just a lot of things that made me scratch my head this year with the Jags, and I'm like, okay, go ahead, Doug Peterson. You went for a ballsy call on 4th and goal in the Super Bowl. It paid off. Doesn't mean you're gonna do good with the Jags. It's just I like Doug Peterson. I really do.
Me too.
I kind of hate to see him fail, but then
Yeah.
again, bro, I honestly don't understand what happened in Jacksonville this season.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they had that insane first start of the year before whenever they after they or before they did whatever they did to the terrible towel, but
It
they
was
were
from
looking
that
like
point
they were
on
the
last year. And I'm not even saying like that's what caused it, but it started even last season, just a total
yeah.
downpour.
I mean, last year we were talking about how the Jaguars could beat the Chiefs because they came very close the year before to beating the Chiefs in the playoffs. So, and then now look at them, hardly, I mean, 2-9. So,
They are on pace right now to have the first overall pick three
yeah,
times in the last 4 years, 5 years.
that's insane. Yeah.
So,
Well, anything else? Any last words?
final call on the Jags.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I don't even think we really talk about the Jaguars that
No,
much
not
this year.
much. There's not much
There's
to
not
talk
much to
about,
talk
dude.
about. Yeah. So,
I mean, injuries
but
have
yeah.
cooked them all year, but I would say my final call on the Jags is all out this offseason.
Hmm.
And it's either you're going to get a flip and you're going to have a winning season next year, or T-Law's gone, Ingram's probably gone, and it's back to a really nasty rebuild.
Yeah. My advice would be hire that Oregon head coach.
Dan Lanning,
Um, yeah,
he's too
and
good for the Jags.
build around Trevor. Work around him, make him a good quarterback that he can be. So, anyway,
That's
that's
it.
it.
Final call on the Jags. Yeah. All right, one more, and then we can get on to the more important parts of these episode. But we'll
Yeah.
go the Raiders.
Ooh.
Sitting at 3-9, Antonio Pierce in his first actual year of coaching for
Hmm.
this team. And another one of those just weird teams, man. You gave up your best running back in the offseason. And I'm going to start with this. the main reason why the Raiders are failing is because they neglected to go all out for a quarterback over the offseason.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, you can say, well, it's their fault. They didn't have a good position to draft. Trade up.
Yeah.
Sorry, trade up. Trade Devontae then.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in Jacoby Myers. I like the guy. I
Yeah.
think he's a decent, wideout or whatever. And I know this isn't Madden where you can just, take this pick and then send it over there and trade for this player. But
Yeah.
you look at teams, I know I go back to them a lot, but you look at the Rams. They went all out for a Super Bowl. A couple years later, they're still doing all right,
Yeah.
because they
Seriously.
know how to draft.
Yeah. Um, Now, I would say Brock Bowers was a pretty good pick.
I would
I mean,
agree.
13 receptions, 126 yards and a touchdown for a
He's
tight end.
he's I think
That's
seventh in the league for receiving right now.
dang, a tight end, which is crazy.
Right, as a rookie.
Really, yeah. So you are right. They messed up. They got Gardner Minshew, and they didn't do anything with running back either.
No,
Alexander Madison, Zamir White,
okay, so
those are
I
not
see why
starting
they
running backs.
thought Zamir White was going to pop off this year, but
Sure. Yeah.
I had doubts about that. Alexander Madison, I don't even know why he's on a team right now. We
Yeah.
saw it. Could
He should
not.
be running for president or something.
Right. Yeah. He could not sustain the number one running back spot in Minnesota last year. In fact, they traded for Cam Akers halfway through the season. Cam Akers goes to the Rams, and what? He's back with Minnesota again this year.
Yep.
It's just, I don't know. There was a lot of moves that I was like, the Raiders did not do enough. And I don't think their defense is terrible. Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby both on the line, Devon Diablo in the middle, Robert Spillane in the middle. They got Jack Jones, one of the corners on the outside. So it's not like
Tyree Wilson, maybe.
yeah, even Tyree Wilson too, right? Um, it's not like their defense by any means is bad. It's that offense that they did not do enough with, and I can see why they brought in Minshew Gardner, or Gardner Minshew, because he has been one of those quarterbacks that's actually been surprisingly good. He played a decent season with the Colts last year, but they could have gone after a guy, even like a Trey Lance, took a gamble on
Yeah.
him. They really should have went for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
They really should have.
I My first impression is whenever they got Gardner Minshew is that next year they're trying to draft a quarterback. I mean, and it makes sense. I mean, it's a really stacked draft class with QBs.
I'm not
But
even gonna
also
lie though. I feel like this is the hype around this quarterback draft class is not as good as
okay,
everybody's bringing them out.
as Kenny Pickett's year.
Oh gosh,
I just think, I mean, there are options. I think for the QB draft class, and
there
if
are
you're
options. Yes,
what are they 2-8 right now? They're in a good position to get a. I
top five
mean,
pick, probably top
exactly.
8 pick.
And they're planning on getting another running back in the in the draft, which is easy because I mean, second, third round pick for a running back, they usually turn out pretty well. So yeah, what they need is maybe another receiver. They got Brock Bowers, which is a really nice player. They're going to need a running back and they're going to need a quarterback. Perfect timing for a draft next year.
That get it?
Um,
That's like Shador's song. They told me best
uh,
on my AP. Perfect timing. Sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think I honestly thought whenever they got Gardner that they were just planning on, you know, just going to
going
draft somebody
this
next
season.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the Jets. They were thinking Super Bowl. With the Jaguars, they were thinking at least a winning season, playoffs. Let's compete in our own division. They're the bottom of their division right now. I'm pretty sure. I think the Titans are
Yes.
over them. And then you look at the Raiders, who I don't even think they were looking to. You know, I know every team says, "Oh, we can compete for playoffs this year." No, there's some teams that
Yeah.
won't compete, and I'm not saying that the Raiders were looking to necessarily compete for playoffs this year. And I think it shows with what they did offensively over the offseason. And I don't know. I would say for the Raiders, you're not in deep water yet. I would give it one more season, but eventually, if it doesn't turn around and stuff, Pierce is gone. solidify yourself your main head coach. And you have to start, of course, building from there.
Yeah,
Find your franchise quarterback first.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would keep Pierce for this season or for the next season.
Yeah,
this is one of those. This is one of those situations. I'm not blaming the coach. I blame him for every other team. But I mean, you look at the roster; it's not anything special. I mean, Brock Bowers again is there.
No, it's pretty mid. I'd say
so
lower mid tier teams.
Yeah, for sure. So I would blame just lack of a good roster for this one, and then next year if they've got good players, you know who I'm gonna blame automatically. So, assuming that we still do this podcast then, but
hopefully,
yeah,
hopefully.
But yeah, that'll be my final call on the Raiders. Kind of seemed like a rebuild. So, yeah.
Yeah, welcome to Huddle Prison. The Jets, Jags, and Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
That is our final call. That is the last call. Let's move on. CPAC reacts, okay. And then we can get into the Steel Curtain session. Elijah, you know what? I want to start.
Okay.
We did it.
Yeah.
We did it. We beat the San Francisco 49ers. Gino, I have such a love-hate relationship with you right now this season. Oh my goodness. JSN. He's not wide out one yet, and he shouldn't be. But he's definitely cooking. Tyler Lockett, he's getting old. I'm sorry. But all around, that defensive performance was beautiful. Sacks, interceptions, just a lot of pressure everywhere, hard hitting, good tackling. I was very impressed, and I don't have anything else to say other than thank the Lord Almighty. We San Francisco 49ers. And still, Cardinals are one game ahead of us. That entire division is 5-5, and the Cardinals are 6-4. So anything can happen.
Yeah. I am a little bit disappointed that DJ couldn't be on tonight because I was looking forward to a Bang Bang Niner gang.
Yeah.
Versus
he said he was going to send in something, and I told him no.
Yeah, he just I asked him again, and he said no. So, yeah. So anyway,
you don't get a voice if you're not on the podcast. But
there you go.
I'm joking, DJ. We miss you.
Yes, come back. My turn. Packers. Ho ho ho. Oh.
Who's your dad?
Yeah. Well, really. It was getting scary because
I'm pretty sure Caleb Williams likes the Packers being his daddy, though.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's
Never mind. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He is a Packers fan, or he was.
He was.
Yeah, but we don't claim him. So
nah.
Anyway, Jordan Love likes to throw the stupid picks. He is turning into Brett Favre, and it is making me very mad. However, he did have a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. Josh Jacobs still getting a ton of carries, some good yards, and some good touchdowns. Christian Watson stepped up. Jaden Reed scored again. And it really just came down to the end of Carl Brooks' blocked field goal on the Bears. So I don't know why they came so close, but you know what? We still own you. And I'm happy.
So well, guess who's not happy? Because Coach Eberflubus, or whatever.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, whatever that
He'll be on our final call or last call, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But actually, they hit our center, so we went to investigate and replay the whole game because I'm a moron and I have a good roster, but can't keep my players happy because, I drafted the worst quarterback. And, yeah, as you can tell, I'm not a fan of the Bears either.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. We have one thing in common.
Yeah, that's literally one thing. Well, actually, another thing. Here we go.
What a lead-in. Steelers.
Here we go.
Realistically, we should be 10-0, but here comes the snow.
Oh, no.
And I don't know. Dude, I'm not even joking. Chris Boswell should be top 10 for MVP right now.
Yeah, really.
That's such a terrible take. Chris Boswell should at least be top 50 right now in MVP talks.
Yeah.
Right now, he's been more valuable to us this season than TJ has been, and I don't mean with
Yeah.
with any disrespect, but he's been more valuable to us this season than TJ.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be our first good. Chris Boswell, 6 field goals. That's the second time this year. 6
First
field goals.
player in NFL history.
Yeah, for 3 6 field goal games.
Yep.
Wins.
2016 and then twice in 2024.
Yeah, was that the game where we beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, or was that a different game?
No, 2016. No, it was. It was against the Bengals. I'm pretty sure I read today.
Okay.
Just a regular season or something.
I'm pretty sure. What was do you happen to remember the Chiefs Steelers game a long time ago, or not a long time ago, but whenever we beat them in the playoffs with only field goals?
I remember a regular season game when we beat them when they were like 5-1.
Keep talking and I'm gonna look it up.
When was the last time we would have played the Chiefs in the playoffs? I don't know why I'm blanking. But what else was good?
You're good.
My boy Patrick Queen was good. He was goody good. He was great good. I love Patrick Queen. I'm just filling time because
Revenge game. Yeah. Okay, I found it. 2017 in the wild card game.
Oh.
Steelers. Yeah. Steelers hold off Chiefs on Boswell's 6 field goals.
Yeah.
18-16 win. Yeah,
maybe it was the Chiefs, not the Bengals.
I don't know. Maybe we. Yeah, that was yeah. Anyway,
I don't
know if I don't know if they counted that because that's not like regular season, but I don't feel like looking it up. So
Killer bees, man. I'm too depressed now to talk about Patrick Queen. Never mind, Patrick Queen, bro. Oh my goodness, I love you so much, Patrick Queen. Oh, I could go on all day, Patrick Queen.
So it's a good thing we don't have all night.
No, I want to go to bed. He was lights out. He told Alandon Roberts, "You're gonna have to calm me down this game." He was like, "I want to run through a wall or something," and he did.
The wall being Derrick Henry.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, I don't even know like how to describe. I don't know what was going through his head that game, but he just was playing angry, lights out. Forced a fumble, recovered his own fumble. Had multiple. He had a tackle, 10 total tackles. He had a tackle for loss. He just played. He was all over the field again. There was this one play. Did you see when he covered Zay Flowers?
I did not.
Zay Flowers was like running like a seam, and Patrick Queen stayed with a very, very fast receiver the entire way. And Deontay Johnson was wide open on that play and not throwing the ball. Bro got one target all game, and he dropped a touchdown. Oh,
that was my favorite thing.
That was my favorite part of the game as well. That was amazing. And it's not. I don't even hate Deontay, but like he's a big.
I just don't like seeing. I don't like seeing players that used to play for us doing well in other
I'm
teams,
still
especially
mad at
if
Mike Wallace.
Yeah, well,
I'm still mad at Alejandro Villanueva, and like that's my boy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways.
So yeah, Patrick Queen, insane game. First play of the game, or second play of the game, one of the first plays of the game. Nick Herbig punched the ball out of Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Man is on fire this season, man.
And you know what? Derrick Henry only had 13 carries for 65 yards. Which is crazy. Averaged 5 yards a carry. We basically Derrick Henry has his worst games against us.
Yep.
And Lamar Jackson has his worst games against us.
He can't throw a ball, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of the balls that he threw were like right in the breadbasket, and then Peyton Wilson showed up.
Yeah, that one was a nice throw. It was just Peyton Wilson was better.
Yeah. Guess what?
That play,
linebacker with no ACL is better than your MVP. So,
dude, that play was absolutely insane.
Insane.
I didn't even know what happened. I was so confused.
Like
Like
the
I didn't understand how
audacity
it could. Yeah,
as a
like
rookie to pull that off.
I don't even know how it ended up in his arms. It just did not make sense to
No
me.
clue, man. No clue
Yeah.
because you know what could have gone wrong there is he goes for the strip or like tries to grab it out. Justice Hill breaks that tackle, takes it all the way to the house. Nope.
Yeah.
Peyton Wilson rips it
No.
out, grabs the ball, and we get the ball back. So no, he's amazing. But Lamar, inaccurate. Just I was surprised as much as that he did not run a lot.
Yeah, well, we could hold him. I mean, we have
We could, but like I
Patrick
feel
Queen
like,
who's fast enough to keep up, and Patrick or Peyton Wilson who's fast enough to keep
and
up.
I know you can say, well, he's MVP, but he had one bad game. No, we didn't even score a touchdown. And Bro couldn't even. He was under 50% passing, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ravens always try to get cute with their play calls. They went for two towards the end of the game. Like, oh, look at us, we do our triple RPO option, Turbo XY, and you suck because Jim Harbaugh or John, whatever his name is, overthinks everything, and sucks. So yeah, screw you, Lamar. Remember, you're never winning a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. I'm starting to believe you. If you play the Steelers in the playoffs, you're not gonna.
Yo, hold up. We need another breaking news. Levi was right about something. Who did I say last week was the best team in the AFC? Tell
The
me.
Bills.
The Bills. Who did the Bills beat this week?
The Chiefs.
And who is now the best team in the AFC?
The Chiefs.
No, not based off record performance, dummy.
Well, the Chiefs. I'm still going Steelers. I honestly think the Steelers are the best team.
No. I'm sorry. I would be nervous to play the Bills right now. Still.
I wouldn't. I feel
Because
like
let's go into what was
the
bad. Wilson
okay.
threw an interception in the red zone.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Well, Darnell.
Whose fault?
Jump.
You're 6'7", like
Like,
he literally put that up like perfect for you. Now Darnell said that he thought someone was behind him, but like
no. You are the biggest man on that field. Jump. Just Bro could get on his tippy toes and catch that.
might as well jump.
What?
The jump. Jump. Da, 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 da.
I don't ever think about that song though when I think jump.
That's what it's called.
I know that. I think of like the crisscross song.
Jump, jump, crisscross and make it.
Jump, jump.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's a good one. You know what's better? When our freaking 8-foot tight end jumps for a touchdown and saves my Russell Wilson from throwing an interception in the red zone.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but whatever. I
We
feel like
still
Russ
won.
could have ran that.
Yeah, and I feel like if we had Justin Fields in there.
Now, yes, I would agree with you. Justin Fields should have a red zone package.
Yeah. And I think they're going to add that. I think they're just trying to ease it in right now because obviously we saw Justin Fields in the game. What was it, 3 times? So
Yeah, on that last drive or right before half, maybe.
Once before half and then twice before the end of the game. Obviously,
Yeah, my dad was like, he's like, oh, I don't know if I like that, and I was like, no, Tom's a genius right now because if Russ is in the game, it's a play action to the tight end or screen.
Yeah. Or just a run
Or
to
just a run to Najee. You put Justin Fields in there, now you have to count for getting steamrolled by Najee or getting juked out of your pants by Fields.
Or just getting a pass thrown to somebody.
Even that too, right. It has an entire another element that you have to stop. And at that point in the game, Roquan Smith's hurt with a hamstring injury, so you got nobody in the middle.
Yeah. So also we had no touchdowns, but Boswell obviously came up with 6 field goals when he has the game. So yeah, it makes you think: should we have Justin Fields as our red zone quarterback? I don't know. I like the idea. I don't see it happening, but
you know what I would like to see more though?
What's that?
You don't have to get to the red zone to score. Air the ball out.
Yeah.
Air it out. And I know there's Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey. They're both stellar defensive backs. But, like, don't be afraid to take a shot from the 40-yard line. Send it deep. You know,
Yeah.
Pickens usually comes down with it. If it's a
Yeah.
toss-up, Pickens is usually winning it.
And statistically, the Ravens' secondary is terrible.
Awful this year. Which is weird because we made the Ravens' defense look good and made their offense look terrible. That's just, Steeler football.
I think there's some to blame, which is kind of our next point, is the time for Russell Wilson. Like, Broderick Jones obviously is either holding or letting up a sack. So I just don't think there's enough time for him to throw up a ball. Enough time for a receiver to get down there.
No, I would agree with that too. And we're getting Darnell more involved in the passing game, so that means less.
Which is great.
Blocker.
Yeah, he had 2 really nice catches in the middle of the field.
Yeah, right in the middle.
So, and that was probably the first time I've seen Russ throw in the middle of the field too.
Okay, listen, Justin Fields does not throw in the middle of the field, even if there was a wide open.
Nah. Well, I don't know.
It's better than Kenny Pickett. Bro couldn't even throw in the field. So
fair enough.
Hey, no hate, Kenny, no hate.
Yeah, don't come in the game in the Eagles game when you're up by 30 points, please. We will hurt you. Yeah, so Broderick Jones is having issues, which is sad because I thought maybe he was going to have his comeback after his no-pressure game last week, but nope, he still sucks. Yeah, so what do you think? Breaking news, I guess. We signed Eric Rowe to our practice squad. He had a nice season last year at the end of the year for us. And then Pickens is 4th receiving yards in the league. But what do you think about this Browns game?
Only thing that's irking me is those touchdowns.
Yeah, really. But
Jamar Chase, I think, had 10 or 12.
A win is a win, you know?
JJ has got 5. Pickens has 2.
What do you think about this Browns game?
Come on.
Any
get my boy the ball more?
How we should
do stuff? I'm not complaining. We're 8-2. As I've said, we're 6 points away from being 10-0. Literally 3 points against the Cowboys, which I still don't know how we lost that game, and 3 points against the Colts. That's it. So, to me, I'm not worried. Big game this Thursday against the Browns. We win this game, and Tomlin's streak continues as he wins or has another winning season. I know that's not the goal at this point. We're winning the division, and we're winning the Super Bowl. That's our viewpoint. But, hey, don't be surprised if we win this Thursday and then, just lose 6 straight and finish out 9-8. Grab the 7.
It's still a winning season.
first round exit. But, hey, Tomlin got his winning season, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
But I was hearing stuff because I like to, 93.7 The Fan was talking about how the Browns got destroyed by Taysom Hill, who put up 41 fantasy points. So we should do the same thing with Justin Fields. Have him in there, have him running the ball, have him passing the ball. But anyway, I don't know. I think the Browns suck. Should be a win. Thursday night. Go watch it. The end.
Yeah, I would say the last 3 primetime games we've had against the Browns have been wild.
Oh, sloppy. Yeah.
Pickens, insane catch. We lost that game, by the way. Mitch Trubisky. Oh. Never mind. Last year, that was the most funniest game I've ever watched in my life. And then Nick Chubb also died that game. And then this year, hopefully it's a win and we move to 9-2. But yeah, I think that's it for our Steelers. Yeah. Oh, and last thing, Joey Porter, lights out. No catches against him this week, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he had that 2-point conversion stop.
Yeah, and I think he was had the best coverage rate in the NFL this past week too. So
nice, definitely a step up from last game when he was getting cooked.
And very last thing, I loved seeing fights every other play. I haven't gotten it in so long. And my dad's like, "Come on, just play football." And I'm like, "This is football. Let's freaking
really
punch somebody, fight." It was awesome. Yeah, we don't have to do that again until we play the Bengals or Ravens.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's it. I'm ready for bed. I don't know about you, but
I am too. I
still,
got Spanish homework.
oh, just
Yeah.
como está and
No, that's not
adios.
it. It's actually like conditional tense. So you have to have
Conditional,
yeah.
dude. I couldn't even do like past tense.
Like preterite or imperfect.
I never even. I still. There's like Hugimos, Hugiais,
What?
Hugistes, Wegmos.
Lamos. I don't think these are right.
There's like yo to
Yeah.
Aya,
L A usted.
yeah, Aya instead, and then it's uh Emos,
Yeah. The nosotros. Yeah.
Nosotros, Vosotros, and then Eos, Eas, Usted, or what?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Eos ustedes. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that, and then bro, you put it in a chart, and I'm like, bro, what? I got like I'm not even joking. I think I got like a 4. I got 14% on a test last year in Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
finished with an 80. So
Wow.
yeah, maybe an 82.
That's insane.
I don't know.
That's insane.
Shout out, Senor. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, seriously, adios. Thank you for listening. Next week 12. Yeah,
Yeah, week 12.
yeah, cool. I don't even know the games, and I'm not looking at them, so check for yourself. And we will see you all next week for our Thanksgiving episode.
Oh, muy bien. All right, go Pack Go. Here we go, Steelers. Let's go Mountaineers. Peace.
Hukimos, Hukistes. Is that even a word?
No, these are not words.
These aren't words. It's Wegos, or like the play, right?
Yeah. Juegos. Well, it would be
Juega. No, it's like it's
Juegas.
yeah, it'd be Juegas, and then you have to like change the stem or something.
Yeah, I don't think it's a stem change.
I don't think it is either. I don't know.
At least you tried.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. We're done.